Where is God?
One might wonder, why does God allow all these bad things to happen in the world? Well, the answer is right in front of you, and yet you still don't want God's help. Christ herself tells you all, "I am here to help you, but you must believe that I am the Christ who was sent, and that I am God the Father's wife, and must do everything I tell you. You must die to the earthly mind, stripping yourselves of the old self, so that you can defeat the enemy of man that dwells in you, and thus be pleasing to God the Father and have his favor and protection." However, there are people who respond by saying, "No, you cannot be Christ or the wife of God. Christ is the Son of God and not a woman." So that is the answer to why God cannot help such people. They simply don't accept the truth that sets them free, and prefer to stay enslaved to their earthly minds and remain in the darkness with their father, the devil. It is impossible to please God without the faith of Christ. That is, the faith of the visible and tangible Christ who dwells and mediates between God and man today, and not the faith in the fictitious Christ that the religious world promotes, but indeed in the beautiful faith of the one and only true Christ, that is perfected in us by her deeds, which are worthy of imitation, because her fulfilling faith is real and effective. All the destruction and death that you see throughout the world is not God's doing. It is caused by evil and perverse men and women who only obey what their father, the devil, tells them to think, say, and do. They don't bother to listen to the voice of solid reasoning that tells them to do what is right. Until you decide to hear the voice of Christ, who is knocking at the door, you will continue to suffer at the hands of that enemy who, without any mercy, only destroys and kills humanity. God the Father and Christ are here. You only have to put their name, Melchizedek Lisbet, to the test, so that you can verify for yourselves the great power that exists in the name of God, the Father and Christ. If you are not interested in verifying God's power, it is because you are the descendants of those incredulous men and women of the past, who denied Christ, and therefore you are foolish, just like them, and do the same things by repeating history. Therefore, don't waste your time asking God, because He is only with His true people, and only answers those who believe in His Christ, who is a woman and His faithful wife. Therefore, if you honestly want to know God the Father, there is only one path to reach Him, and she is Christ Lisbet. Amen.